Timothy Chalamet is sparking up cheating rumors after being spotted leaving a hotel with actress Ana Maria Bartolome. And he looks absolutely taken by surprise. Honestly, I haven't heard of this girl, but she looks stunning. She's giving a mix of Kylie Jenner and Bianca Censori. According to the source, it says the pair had suddenly realized they were being filmed as they seemed to shy away from the cameras and returned to their hotel room around 10:30 p.m. later. Around 11:30, it seems the pair wanted to go out quietly together as they requested a large security detail, including tarps, to prevent them from being seen getting into the same vehicle.
So let's talk about this, because if you're Kylie Jenner, the streets, the videos, and the French paparazzi don't exactly move in silence. Recently, paparazzi overseas allegedly caught Timothée Chalamet in a situation that instantly sparked cheating rumors, and people are side-eyeing everything. Kylie, on the other hand, is reportedly brushing it off like it's nothing, which opens a whole different conversation about boundaries, image control, and what really goes on behind closed doors. It honestly makes you wonder if this is less about cheating and more about how their relationship actually works. Some fans are saying maybe they've agreed to something more open, and if that's the case, nobody should be rushing to shame Kylie for it. At the same time, Timothy keeps publicly framing Kylie as the woman who adds so much value to his life, which makes the timing of all this feel messy. Now here's where things get interesting. Paparazzi photos show Timothy walking around with what people online are calling a very obvious caught look on his face. The woman he was allegedly seen with was reportedly staying at the same hotel, and according to photographers, they were spotted going to the same room. That detail is what really sent the internet spiraling. Of course, Kardashian fans jumped in fast, claiming the woman was just a married friend's wife and that nothing shady was happening. But critics immediately asked the obvious question: if that's true, where is the friend? The story doesn't fully add up when you actually break down the visuals and the timeline. Reports then started naming French actress Ana Maria Bartolome, which only fueled the speculation even more. So now the real question is this: is Timothy actually stepping out, or are we watching a carefully managed relationship play out in public? Either way, the optics are wild, and the Kardashians' history with public embarrassment isn't helping calm the noise. I'm about to walk through the details and show exactly why people aren't buying the official explanations. So let's look at the proof and break it down piece by piece. Okay, pause for a second, because first of all, let's talk about the visuals here. The woman in question instantly caught people's attention because many are saying she looks like Kylie Jenner mixed with Bianca Censori, and that alone sent the internet into detective mode. On top of that, people couldn't help but notice how Timothée Chalamet has been dressing lately, with outfits that fans swear feel very Kanye West-coded. And yes, people are connecting dots fast. Now here's where the explanations start sounding shaky. Some fans jumped in saying, "It's just a friend's wife," and "it means nothing." But if that's the case, people are asking a very simple question. Why does Timothée look so tense in the footage? There's a video where paparazzi slowed things down, and you can clearly see the moment people claim he gently pushed the woman back behind the corner before stepping out alone. That reaction is what raised eyebrows because it didn't look casual or relaxed at all. Then comes the hotel exit, which really fueled the speculation. According to the footage, they arrived separately, stayed at the same hotel, and when paparazzi appeared, she ducked away while Timothée walked out alone and got into a car by himself. If this was truly just a friend's wife, critics keep asking the same thing. Where was the friend? Why separate so quickly the moment cameras showed up? People also started comparing this situation to Kylie's past, pointing out that Travis Scott was never publicly caught in a moment like this during their relationship. Some fans argue that Travis always kept things vague, while others say the optics were never this messy. Either way, it's adding fuel to the conversation about whether Timothy was really the safe choice everyone claimed he was. So now the questions are stacking up fast. If nothing strange is happening, why the secretive exits? Why the body language? And why does the explanation keep changing? People online are watching closely, and whatever Club Chalamet is dealing with right now, the pressure is definitely on. First of all, let's clear something up, because this part matters. The woman being identified is not some random married friend's wife like people tried to claim early on. The actress linked to this situation has reportedly been single for a long time, which immediately pokes holes in that explanation and makes the story feel way more complicated than fans want it to be. And honestly, this is where my instincts kicked in hard. If nothing strange was going on, why not keep it simple? Why not say, that's my friend, or that's my agent, or we're talking about a project, and keep it moving? Instead, the narrative suddenly turns into, she's married, as if that's the only way another woman can be near you without raising questions. That alone makes people wonder what rules are actually in place here. Now let's get into the report that really turned heads. According to Met Gala crave Timothée Chalamet, who is currently in a long-term relationship with entrepreneur and reality TV star Kylie Jenner, was spotted in Paris with a woman believed to resemble French-Romanian actress Anna Maria Bartolomei. The pair reportedly realized they were being filmed and quickly retreated back to their hotel around 10:30 p.m., clearly uncomfortable with the attention. But the story doesn't stop there. About an hour later, they allegedly attempted to leave again, this time requesting a heavy security detail, including tarps, to prevent cameras from capturing them getting into the same vehicle. That level of effort alone made people online pause, because that's not how casual friendships usually move. It's also claimed they drove around Paris for nearly an hour trying to shake paparazzi before deciding to return to the hotel entirely because too many people were watching. And let's be real, that kind of behavior doesn't scream, nothing to see here. It screams, we don't want to be seen together. Now imagine being in Kylie's position and reading that timeline. Forget contracts, forget image deals, forget whatever unspoken rules might exist. The idea that it wasn't enough to stay inside the hotel, but instead there was an attempt at a quiet romantic night out under the Paris moonlight, has people questioning intentions fast, because at the end of the day, this wasn't just dinner plans. This looked like an effort to create a private moment in one of the most public cities in the world, and that's why people aren't letting this go. Whatever explanation comes next, the optics alone are doing serious damage, and fans are watching every move closely. Once again, people couldn't stop talking about Timothy's reaction, because that shocked expression didn't look casual at all. The face alone sent viewers straight to the internet, and naturally, many ended up digging through Kardashian-focused snark spaces on Reddit to see what was being said behind the scenes. And this is where things started to feel strange to a lot of people. Multiple users claimed that anytime someone posted anything even slightly critical of Kylie Jenner or Timothée Chalamet, especially comments suggesting cheating or shady behavior, those posts were allegedly removed almost instantly. That raised eyebrows because it gave the impression that the narrative was being heavily managed. Some people started questioning whether celebrity teams or dedicated fans are quietly steering these spaces, similar to how fan-run Instagram pages used to control the conversation back in the day. Whether that's true or not, the pattern felt noticeable enough for many users to point it out. Then one comment started circulating that really stood out. A person claimed they saw on Twitter that the woman involved wasn't who people thought she was at all. According to them, she was supposedly a friend of Timothy's who had just gotten married, and they suggested the man she was waiting for was her husband. But critics immediately pushed back on that explanation. People pointed out that in the footage, she wasn't standing alone waiting on anyone. Timothy was directly behind her, and the moment paparazzi appeared, both of them pulled back together. That reaction is exactly what confused people, because if she truly was married, where was the husband in all of this? And that's the question that keeps coming back. If this person really just got married, where are the photos? Where's the Instagram post? Where's the public trail that usually comes with a new marriage? Especially in celebrity-adjacent circles? So far, nobody has produced anything solid, and that silence is what keeps the speculation alive. Others tried shifting the narrative again, claiming the situation happened at a ping pong event with multiple celebrities present, including another woman in the video. Some even suggested this whole thing is being exaggerated by foreign entertainment sites, arguing it's a smear campaign tied to award season politics. The wildest theory floating around is that this drama is being pushed because Timothy is allegedly competing with a Brazilian actor for awards attention, and that somehow being seen without Kylie could hurt his image. But that leads to an even bigger question people are asking loudly. Do award bodies really punish actors for relationship messiness? At the end of the day, the explanations keep changing. The details don't fully line up, and that's why people aren't dropping this story. Whether it's damage control, fan protection, or pure coincidence, the optics are messy and the internet is not letting it slide. So now the narrative really starts getting wild, because certain Brazilian accounts began claiming there was pressure to post hate tweets about Timothée Chalamet so that another actor could win an Oscar instead, and people are seriously asking, are we supposed to believe this makes sense? The idea that international fans are coordinating relationship drama to sway awards season feels like a reach, and that's exactly why it's making so many people angry. This is where frustration with these so-called fan accounts really kicks in. Some critics don't even believe these are organic fan pages at all, but rather carefully managed PR narratives. What bothers people most is the way these explanations twist themselves into knots, trying to connect cheating rumors, Brazilian media, and Oscar politics into one storyline that just doesn't fully add up. One article circulating from Sin Macchio repeats the familiar intro, stating that Timothy, who is in a long-term relationship with entrepreneur and reality TV star Kylie Jenner, was allegedly misrepresented in viral footage. That's just the opening though, because the more interesting part comes later. Another outlet, Dumois, shared claims from what they described as a well-placed source, stating that photos from a public ping pong event exit led to misreporting. According to that source, Timothée and the actress did not intentionally exit together, and any time spent afterward was being exaggerated. But here's where things get complicated again. The same source also appears to confirm that it was indeed that actress, that she is not married, and that they were staying at the same hotel. So while the narrative tries to downplay the situation, it also quietly confirms some of the very details people were questioning in the first place. And this is why people aren't dropping it. Because on top of all this, there were already reports circulating that Timothée and Kylie had broken up weeks earlier. He wasn't attending major family events, including a very public birthday celebration, and fans noticed the distance immediately. Then suddenly the tone shifted. Kylie was being publicly claimed again, rumors of them living together started floating, and everything felt tightly controlled. Some people speculate that Kris Jenner may have stepped in behind the scenes, especially given how connected she is in Hollywood. Whether that's true or not, the timing made people pause. Timothy is ambitious, award-focused, and currently in a critical career moment. He's rarely in Los Angeles, constantly traveling, and yet the public image suddenly snapped back into place. Make of that what you will. And honestly, this opens up a bigger conversation people don't like to have. In 2026, maybe it's time to be honest about how relationships in Hollywood actually work. Open relationships, blurred boundaries, and quiet agreements seem far more common than anyone admits. That doesn't mean betrayal is okay, but pretending every celebrity relationship follows normal rules just doesn't match reality anymore. So here's the real question that keeps coming up. Why not just say, we enjoy each other's company, and leave it at that? Why not be honest and say, when we're together, and when we're not, we're not? What's the big scandal in that, really? The silence and half answers are what make everything feel heavier than it needs to be. And I think the answer sits deep in how Hollywood works, especially when the Kardashians are involved. Everything runs like a corporation, where image is currency, and the family unit still gets treated like a sacred brand. You're expected to look stable, desirable, and aspirational at all times, even if the reality behind the scenes looks very different. That's why I don't think Kylie Jenner can just come out and say she's single or casually dating. Her entire brand is built on perfection. The face, the body, the billionaire status, the idea that she checked every box the system told her to check to be chosen and adored. That's a deal a lot of women are taught to make, whether they admit it or not. So Kylie's image can't easily shift into, I'm free and figuring it out, even if that's where she actually is emotionally. The brand doesn't allow for uncertainty, messiness, or honesty that doesn't sell a fantasy. Now, Timothée Chalamet is a little different. And again, this is opinion, not fact. He benefits from the association in ways that align perfectly with his career moment. Exposure, access, polished appearances, high-profile dates, and added buzz during award season. Those perks matter, especially when someone is ambitious and chasing legacy, but when people really look at it, they start asking what Kylie is actually gaining. She already had fame, money, influence, and red carpets before this. Yes, she shows up, she's visible, and she plays the role, but does it actually elevate her, or does it just maintain the image she already had? So if we're being honest, this relationship feels less like romance and more like alignment. And alignment doesn't always mean emotional equality. That's why people keep questioning it, and that's why this conversation isn't going away anytime soon. And this is the part I keep coming back to. Kylie Jenner has always had access, always had invitations, always had the red carpet waiting if she wanted it. So when people say this relationship is giving her some huge upgrade, it's hard not to question that. For what Timothée Chalamet is getting out of this, it doesn't really feel balanced, especially when the optics end up embarrassing her publicly. Because let's be honest here, if everything was innocent, why the late-night hotel exits, the ducking behind corners, and the sudden need for midnight strolls around Paris? If staying inside the hotel wasn't enough, that alone raises questions about intentions, not just appearances. People are already saying a denial is probably coming, and maybe it will. Technically, yes, they didn't exit the hotel together in a clean, side-by-side shot, but we all saw why that was avoided, and context matters just as much as technicalities. And once again, the question nobody has answered clearly still hangs in the air. If this woman was married, where is the husband? Where are the receipts? Where are the photos that would shut this down instantly? Until that shows up, the story isn't settling. So now it really comes down to interpretation. Is Kylie choosing to look the other way to protect the brand? Is this a quiet agreement that works for both of them? Or is this another case of optics falling apart under public pressure? Let me know what you think in the comments, because this one is far from over. Do you believe the explanations, or do the visuals tell a different story? Make sure to like the video, subscribe for more breakdowns, share this with someone who's been following the drama, and drop your thoughts below. I'll see you on the next one.